Hi everyone and welcome back to RawFoodbyNilo. Today I am going to share with you my story from the very beginning to give you guys a better understanding of where I am today and what has put me in this position. So let's rewind the tape all the way back and I will share with you the entire story. So let's go. Okay, so well, let's start with who I am. My name is Nilo. I am 24 years old right now and I live in Sweden with my fiance and our cat, my cat Harry, an orange chubby cat. I grew up in a home where my mother used to cook us home-cooked meals every single day, so I was very blessed with that and I'm very thankful for the time and effort that my mother put into giving us home-cooked meal every single day. The diet would consist of traditional Persian cooked meals, so that would be rice, vegetables, fruits and meat. Mostly chicken, I would say, but also some red meats. And as a child I was quite active and I was never overweight really. I was actually quite skinny. The older I got, the skinnier I would become because I was so active. I used to play basketball for most of my young life, I would say. When I was a teenager I used to play basketball at the most intense period. It was probably about 6 to 7 days a week. So this combined with the food that I would get at home got me to be quite skinny, actually very skinny. Sometimes people would pick on me because of my skinny arms. I used to have really skinny arms and yeah, I was just really skinny. And when I started high school, I stopped playing basketball because I went to a program that was really demanding. I needed to study very hard to be able to get to my high school years. So I stopped with basketball because it was so time consuming. Now I realized that that was maybe not a good idea because you always need to exercise no matter what your life looked like. But I didn't, so I stopped with the basketball. And when I graduated high school at 18, I moved away from home. And when I did, my diet changed drastically. I went from being spoiled at home with home-cooked meals all the time. I barely ever cooked when I lived at home because my mother always did, to being able to, you know, provide for myself all of a sudden. And I sort of became this childish teenager again somehow, and I would just reach for fast, quick, easy ways to get my food, like fast food or pre-cooked meals, snacks that weren't healthy, candy, sweets, and that type of stuff. So during this time I also got really depressed and sick because of that. I was really unwell and I was a really ambitious person, and when I moved away from home I was getting my license, driving license, and I was working 2 jobs. One as a what do you call it? I had my own company where I did Mary Kay. Some of you guys in the US might know, or in other places as well. It's a franchising thing where you build your own business basically. So I did that, and I had a full-time job at a telemarketing company as well. And I was trying to get my license, and I was moving away from home and trying to be independent. All of these things combined with some other things made me depressed basically. So I got sick, and when I got sick my diet just went from bad to even worse. I remember I could go into like supermarkets and I would just basically grab anything that came into my mind. If I wanted sweets, I would get sweets. If I wanted soda, I would get soda. Pre-cooked meals, and you know, just not very healthy options. Finally, I reached out to get some help, and I went to a doctor, and eventually they prescribed me some antidepressive medicine, which was Zoloft, and this medicine caused me to gain a lot of weight very quickly. And at that time, I didn't really, since I was really skinny to begin with, it wasn't that big of a concern. I just noticed I was starting to gain a lot of weight, and eventually, after I've gained 10 kilos, which is about maybe 22 pounds or something, I talked to my doctor again, and I was like, hey, I'm gaining a lot of weight. Is this normal? Is this supposed to be happening? What's wrong? And the doctor basically told me that, well, you should probably exercise and eat well. That was his answer. So when that happened, I started to, you know, experiment with diets. A lot of diets. I would do anything from not eating to eating way too little food, or, you know, everything basically. I did all the wrongs you could do. I realize now. Back then I didn't know, but now I realize what I did was quite harmful actually to my body, and it was not very healthy at all. I guess a lot of the eating was also emotional eating because I was sick. So emotional eating is also something that I struggle with, and today I am no longer depressed, so I'm very thankful for that. I eventually got well. I was depressed for maybe 3 years or so, and that was very hard, you know, it was very hard and difficult time in my life, but eventually I got well, and when I got well, I had gained a lot of weight. Basically maybe around 20 kilos, about 40 something pounds, which is a lot because I'm not that tall of a person. I am 161 centimeters tall. I have no idea what that is in American units, but you could look it up if you want to, but I'm not that tall. So this weight was a lot on my body, and I got very self-conscious because I was used to having a thin, beautiful body, and I could wear whatever I wanted to and eat basically whatever I wanted to without it having any sort of visual effect on my body. So yeah, when I got well, I decided to go to the university and start an education. So I decided to read the program, which is in Sweden called a radiology nurse, which would be something similar to a radiographer in many other countries, which means I'm the nurse that takes the x-ray pictures on people. And when I studied, I learned a lot of, I am still studying, I'm almost done. I will be done in June. So I read a lot of medicine, a lot about diseases and physiology and anatomy and how our body works, all the symptoms for different diseases, how to treat them, etc., etc. So I have gained a lot of knowledge, and basically realized somewhere along the line that in modern Western world, we seem to be treating our symptoms rather than the actual cause of the symptoms. For example, if I have a headache, we instantly seem to be grabbing for an aspirin or something to treat the headache, but not actually the actual cause, which might be that you're dehydrated or, you know, something like that. So this sort of started triggering a passion within me to, you know, find out what real health is and how to obtain it. Since I've been trying a lot of diets, and by experience I know that, yeah, sure, I lose the weight for some period of time while I'm dieting, but as I go back to my old lifestyle after losing the weight, I just gain the weight back, which is quite obvious that you will, but we still seem to do this. And I know a lot of people struggle with the same thing. And we're constantly trying to find something that works. And I've come to a point where I realized that losing the weight quickly isn't the answer. The answer is to find something that will keep you healthy for the rest of your life. Not just now, not just to beach 2013 or whatever, not just to a wedding or, you know, something like that, but in the long run. So I would say this last year I've been really, you know, doing my own research and really been I've been hungry for knowledge, real knowledge about nutrition and fitness and just overall health. And so that is why I started this channel, because I've been learning some things which is, to me, groundbreaking, and sadly very few of us know about this stuff. And I feel like I should share this because I think a lot of people are in the same position that I am, and a lot of people want to obtain that health, but we just don't know how, and we just don't know what is right and what is real. We get so many things through media and wherever we live, whichever government we have some guidelines, and we think that we're following the guidelines, but still we're not at our optimal health, and it's just very frustrating. And I think I am on the right path, and I thought I would share this with you. So I hope my story has inspired you. Maybe you feel like you've gone through similar things. Of course, this was a very shortened version of my life and what I've been going through. So if you have any other questions, please leave them down below and I will try to explain more. But it's very difficult to explain your entire life in a short video. So I just tried to, you know, cover the most important parts, which has led me to where I am now. So on this channel I will share with you my recipes, healthy recipes, juicing recipes, what I eat for breakfast, all the new knowledge that I will come across, you know, doing some reading. And something that is going to help me a lot is the fact that since I went to university and studied medicine, I've been learning how to read scientific articles, meaning when scientists do research, they write reports, right? And some of these reports tell us what to do and what is healthy and what is not, and it's scientifically proven. And I am finally equipped to read these reports myself and realize what is the truth, you know, because sometimes we hear things that are not really scientifically backed up, and we just, because we don't know any better, we just accept it. So I think that I have a good chance of finding out what optimal health is, and I will take you along with me on my journey. So if you're interested and if you feel like you want to become healthier too, then please subscribe and stick around, and hopefully we will get healthier together. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!